Bombaru. So, this is the first time that I'm trying this whole, just hanging out and talking thing. Um, I know that a lot of other VTubers do this kind of thing. I've never done it before, so I'm kind of nervous. Um, it would be cool if that goes well. We'll see, I suppose. Haven't really prepared anything to talk about specifically. How's everybody doing? Is everyone hydrated? Are you drinking water? Taking care of yourself? I hope everyone's doing well. As for me, like I mentioned, I did start watching, what's it called? Ya Boy Kong Ming recently, but I've put that on hold for a moment because one of my friends has been very insistent that I need to watch, Hoseki no Kuni, or Land of the Lustrous. And so I finally decided to sit down and actually start watching that. It's good. I kind of always knew that it was good. I just never actually got around to watching it, just because I'm really bad at actually watching things these days. It's something that I always told myself, oh, I'll get to it eventually, and I just never actually did. So it's just kind of been sitting there and waiting for me to watch it. And I finally started, and I'm about halfway through it. It's only 12 episodes, and I've watched the first 6, and I like it a lot so far. It's a lot better looking than any of the other CG anime that I've watched before. Most of it tends to look pretty bad, but that one's really good looking. I like the way it looks. But I haven't gotten super far into this series, because I also know that the manga's been going for a really long time apparently, and there's a lot more stuff that's happened in the manga that hasn't happened in the anime, and I haven't read any of the manga yet. I would like to, because I also accidentally spoiled a lot of the manga for myself. I was just sitting on YouTube and a video popped up. And hi, Gay from 10 Seconds in the Future. Hello, Onyx. Welcome. But anyway, so, Shin 2.0, are you new? You don't look familiar to me. Or are you just someone on a different account than usual? Either way, hello, how are you doing? But yes, I've been watching Hoseki no Kuni, Vocaloid Partier. Hello, how are you? I've been watching Hoseki no Kuni, or Land of the Lustrous, whichever you prefer. And I don't think the fact that I've been watching it is why this video popped up on YouTube, but a video did pop up, and it was very clearly Hoseki no Kuni related because it had a picture of Foss as the icon, and it was clearly not actually a screenshot of the show because it was very cell shaded. Like it was very clearly a drawing. So I saw that, and the title was in Japanese, and I didn't bother trying to translate what it said. And I saw the thumbnail and I hover over it, and you know how like when you're on desktop, if you like hover over a YouTube video thumbnail now, it'll play like the first couple seconds of the video. And the first couple seconds of the video just looked like it was some kind of a it just looked like some kind of like fan interpretation of like, well, what if the anime was made in the 90s and was traditionally animated? What is this, what it would look like? And so I saw that and I was like, well, this looks kind of neat, you know, maybe I'll click on this and watch it. And so I click on it, and immediately after the first few seconds of the video are over, the first few seconds that I had already seen in the preview, it immediately turns into an extremely loud, like, jump scare screamer video that was just full of spoilers for like the extremely late portion of the manga. And after the video was open on my, like, after the actual video page was open, then it showed the English name of the video, which had a spoiler warning tag in the title, and I was like, oh. Uh-oh. I just spoiled everything for myself, apparently. And it was weird, like Steven Universe, but different. It does have a lot of parallels with Steven Universe. But so I ended up accidentally spoiling like pretty much everything for myself in one fell swoop because I didn't bother trying to translate the title of this video before I clicked on it. But yeah, it was like a fan animation, but it was about like what's happening in the manga right now, as opposed to like what happened in the anime. So I ended up seeing a lot of shit that apparently hasn't made it into the anime yet. And apparently shit gets bleak. Shit gets bleak and weird, and it actually ended up piquing my interest in the manga a lot more. Like, the spoilers don't have the same effect on me that they have on a lot of other people. They don't really like ruin the experience for me as much, because like since spoilers are like so divorced from context, it just kind of makes me curious about the context, because I feel like the context does a lot. The context means a lot. It really affects like how things feel when you actually experience them. So it just kind of made me like, oh shit, now I need to know. Now I need to know about what the fuck is going on. And so I started like binging a bunch of videos on YouTube about the manga, like specifically what's going on. And so now I'm really excited to finish the anime and start reading the manga, which I ended up finding out has apparently been on hiatus for like over a year now. But I just found out, I just saw on YouTube, someone said that apparently it was just announced that it's actually going to be coming out of hiatus this coming June. So that's good. So I have that to look forward to. I'm really excited because everything I've heard about the manga now seems really awesome, and it seems very up my alley. It seems like it gets very horror adjacent, and I like things that are horror adjacent, so I'm really excited. How dare you hurt my darling Pei by standing there and doing absolutely nothing. Stupid dinosaur girl does not want to admit she's a terrible person and got called out by Luffy and Yamato. Beats sitting through seeing Ulti use her head in One Piece. I swear she's annoying. I'm not super familiar with any of the stuff that's going on in One Piece. I only read like I actually haven't watched any of the One Piece anime. I've only read the very, very, very beginning of the manga, like maybe the first Tankoban worth of chapters. I don't, probably not even that much. If I'm, well, wait, maybe. I'm not sure how much of it I've read, but it wasn't a lot. And it was the very beginning, and it was a very long time ago. It was when it was first starting to be published in English. So I also don't remember a ton about what I read. Other than that, I thought Zoro was hot, and Luffy was silly but fun. Hey little bro, glad I could see this before bed. Hey Kage! Hey big bro Kage, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. You have missed so much. I'm not surprised at all. I've seen like bits and pieces of it because I tend to look at a lot of like Sakuga stuff when that pops up. So I've seen like Luffy has like alternate forms now, one of which is kind of hot, honestly, and I was not expecting that because I never really considered Luffy hot, so that was interesting. But I don't, like I said, I don't know a ton of the context about it though, so like I really don't know what the fuck is going on in that manga or anime or anything. Well, basically Luffy got a large fish man, gets a large fish man dude who is not what you expect. I feel like not what you expect is a very apt description for One Piece. It's very out there, and stuff doesn't happen or look the way you typically expect from a shonen anime. You'd love Daddy Jinbei in One Piece. Ooh. I'll have to look into that character. I know there are other characters in One Piece that I find hot, but there's also a lot of characters in One Piece that I'm like, what is wrong with you? You look goofy as fuck. The only thing I know of One Piece is stuff from some of the Warrior games. Oh, I didn't realize they had Warrior games for One Piece. The Warrior games I'm most familiar with are the Gundam ones, because my roommate really likes playing the Dynasty Warrior Gundam games. So I see a lot of those ones, and I think he really got into Hyrule Warriors. He plays Hyrule Warriors a lot. Also, this may make me a weirdo, but I love Cardcaptor Sakura. Okay, it may make you a weirdo, but it makes you a weirdo who is in company who agrees with you. Because I love Clamp. I love Cardcaptor Sakura. I love Chobits. I love Magic Knights Rayearth. I like a lot of Clamp shit. I love Clamp. I love their art. I love their bizarre stories. I love how they give absolutely no fucks about, you know, anything. They just, if they want to put it in their manga, they're going to put it in their manga. Everyone else be damned. So you may be a weirdo, but so am I. So you're perfectly valid. I still need to watch the new Cardcaptor Sakura anime though. It looked really good, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it. But I really liked the original. And the manga was really good. And I think the anime really elevated it though, which I think makes sense because like I know Clamp was involved in the Cardcaptor Sakura anime, so like a lot of the anime original stuff that happened, they still designed that. Like they designed all the cards that showed up in the anime that weren't in the manga. They designed the characters that showed up in the anime that weren't in the manga. So yeah, I like Clamp a lot. I'm not gonna hide it. I like a lot of shoujo stuff, which shouldn't really be a surprise considering I'm pretty open about liking magical girl anime, so liking shoujo shit kind of comes with the territory. What about Dorohedoro? I need to watch Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro looks really fucking sick, and I need to read the manga too, because like the little bit I've seen of the art in the manga is so appealing to me. I really love the art style. It's really good. I saw the finale of the Disney cartoon Amphibia, and legit, I feel like they did a Magic Knights Ray Earth reference with the super form of the three girls. I kind of want to. I haven't watched any of Amphibia, but everything I've heard about it is really good. That and Owl House. Both of those, I've not watched any of either one of them, but they both look really good, and everything I've heard about both of them is really good. And I really want to watch both. Himbo Barrett. Hello. Welcome. Lizard at Supremacy. I love the theme songs for Dorohedoro. Both of them are really catchy and really, really good. And the animations for them are both really cool. That's another anime where the CG looks really, like, solid. Like, I feel like there's a couple different groups that have, like, really started to figure out how to do CG anime and do it well. I feel like Beastars, I will say technically Beastars does too, but I feel like the CG version, like the anime version of the characters, to me kind of loses a lot of the appeal of the artwork of the original Beastars manga for me, because like I don't know, I feel like the sketchiness of her line work is a lot of what makes the manga look good, and that's kind of lost in the anime. So it's like I recognize that technically, on a technical level, the Beastars anime looks good, but it doesn't appeal to me personally. Or Noi the Silver Amazon is my fave. She looks really cool. I love her design. She's really cool looking. Yeah, I love Noi's design. Obviously I love the main dude for obvious reasons. I love the main girl. She's really cool too. Noi, even though she's not either of the main characters, she's the only one whose name I actually know off the top of my head because people talk about her so much. But yeah, I love her design. Beastars bored me after Legoshi fell for Haru. It was instantly predictable. Yeah, I can understand that. I do like Haru's design though. I like the fact that they decided to give her like the straight like red eyes, no like separation between the pupil and the sclera. Like I think she looks kind of creepy, and I appreciate that. I like creepy character designs, so she kind of appealed to me in that way. But yeah, I've slowly been trying to get back into like watching anime and reading manga because it's something I haven't done in a long time, and I feel like I've been missing out on a lot of things. Like there's been a lot of really cool stuff happening that I haven't paid any attention to, and I feel bad about it. And I feel like I'm missing out on such cool shit. Thankfully I've still been playing video games though. Unfortunately I'm very slow at them, so I'm still managing to miss out on those too, but a lot of characters in Dorohedoro are hot, but also garbage looking. They have a rat charm. I kind of agree. That's definitely the vibe I pick up from most of the character designs I see. Where there's a cute, chubby guy, I won't be far behind. Aww, thank you. Since you seem to be new to the chat, just for the record, I call my fans my bros, and each bro is individually allowed to decide whether they want to be the big bro or the little bro, and whether they want me to be the big bro or the little bro. That is a choice you get to make on your own. Even though it's not an anime, how do you feel about Tokyo After School Summoners? I'm a very big fan of the franchise. I haven't played it in a while. I used to play it, but then the phone that I was playing it on broke, and I lost my save file. So I'm actually going to be starting a new one, and when I start a new one, I'm actually going to be streaming it so that everyone can watch me try to get the characters that I want and probably not get them. And everyone can laugh at my misery. So hopefully that will be a thing that people can do in the future. I'm still trying to make my series, changed it up a lot, and now the main cast are Yakuza dudes who do the right thing chaotically. Think dislike, but without much gods and such. I approve of Yakuza dudes. Yakuza dudes are hot. I say that like I have any actual knowledge of the Yakuza at all. Like most of my interactions or like most of my image of them is derived from gay manga about Yakuza dudes having gay sex. So that's probably not a great place to be drawing information from. Magic build. I know, Onyx. I know that your strategy for success at Tokyo After School Summoners is just to use magic and strictly use magic and nothing else. Big Bro Fubaruba. Yeah, I can be Big Bro Baloo for you. I'm more than happy to be Big Bro. I also don't mind being Little Bro. Kage calls me Little Bro. Little Bro, did you get to try the first Sword and Fairy game yet? You did sound interested in it. I haven't tried it yet, but I did download it. So I have the English patch for it now, and I have the game. I just haven't actually tried loading them up yet. I was really excited that I was able to find the English patch for it. I wasn't expecting there to be one, but and I'm glad that guy showed up in your stream and was like so excited about like sharing information about the game. It was really cool having someone who like grew up with the franchise like show up and like really know stuff about it and be excited when like shit showed up in the game you were playing that was like callbacks to things he remembered from it. It was really cool. It was really cool and cute watching him nerd out. I hope that as you continue to play that game that he continues to come back and nerd out, because it was very charming. But unfortunately, no, I haven't had a chance to sit down and play the first one yet. But I am excited to, because it does very much look like a game that is up my alley in terms of gameplay. I love my turn-based RPGs. I'm extremely predictable. And if a game is a turn-based RPG, then I usually like it. I can only think of a few turn-based RPGs that I can genuinely say I've actually genuinely disliked. Also, I have a self-insert character named Harris, but let's just say your character and mine. Is there a little something something wink wink nudge nudge? And Kazuma Kiryu in a bunny suit is hot, so the statement of guys in the Yakuza games being hot is true. That is also true. I guess I'm slightly familiar with the Yakuza franchise, and the guys in that are also hot, so I guess that also tracks. Then I shall call you Big Bro, Bro Kage. I'ma start calling you Bigger Bro. I like that. It was really cool. I hope he comes back too. By the way, speaking of Hosamo, would you try Live here? That's actually another one I want to do. I want to I've actually gotten most of it set up. I have a Android emulator on my computer now, and I downloaded a bunch of the whoa, there, I glitched out there for a second, sorry. I downloaded a bunch of the gay gacha games. So like I have Live a Hero, I have Tokyo After School Summoners, I have Gai, I have all those games. And I'm planning on playing all of them as part of a series of videos called Gay Gacha Hell. And I will play them and everyone can laugh at me for not getting the characters that I want to get. Speaking of, have you seen the latest trailer for Hosamo? And I think it was 3 new characters were revealed in it, and 2 of them are very up my alley, and I really like their designs a lot. They're very nice, and I really want to get both of them. They're very handsome, very, very manly, very nice men. I like them a lot. So, but yeah, I do plan on getting back into Tokyo After School Summoners and also the other gay gacha games and all that, because I really like gay nerdy shit. And I'm really happy to see like gay doujin manga artists doing something that is so successful. Like, I've seen people on Twitter, I've seen like Japanese people on Twitter posting photos of like banners and posters and shit for Tokyo After School Summoners around Japan, and it just makes me really happy to see something being that successful, even if it's not actually mainstream, because it is still a doujin game. Because anything aimed at cis gay men in Japan is always just going to be very niche, because like what they find attractive goes against like traditional Japanese beauty standards for men. So like it's never I feel like it's never truly going to be anything approaching mainstream, but it makes me happy to see them being successful despite it still being niche. It makes me really happy to see that they're, you know, profiting off of it and able to sustain it. Because I know that for that community, it's always been really hard to find an audience and to find success. So it makes me really happy. If you want another gay gacha game called New Carnival, though it's mostly twinkish beach dudes, so might not like... I'll look into it. I'll see what the characters look like. It really depends how much they appeal to me. On the edge if I should make fan art of the new dudes. You should. You should. Your art is really good, and the new dudes are very nice, so those 2 things together would be really great. I won't laugh because I understand that pain. I tried for like 2 years to get Halloween Tetsuox, finally got him off the grab bag banner. Yeah, Tetsuox is... he's probably in my top 5 Hosamo characters. He's definitely one of my absolute faves in terms of design. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. How you doing? We're just talking about Hosamo, Tokyo After School Summoners, the huge. But yeah, Tetsuox is good. He's a good one. I like him a lot. I recently got the Miku Miku dance rips of the 3D Tokyo After School Summoners models, so I might do some stupid bad animations with them just for fun and see how that goes. I'm not good at 3D animation, but I also can't help myself and want to do stupid stuff. So that's something I might end up doing. Oh god, I did get Tetsuyu, but I lost my account. Yeah, I know how that feels, because I had finally... When I lost my account, it happened very shortly after I had finally gotten both versions of Jin, who is my favorite absolute #1 character in that game. And I finally got him, and then my phone broke. And it turns out that my save file wasn't backed up to the cloud, and I lost it. So I lost everything. and I lost the character who I had finally gotten after years of trying to get him. So, only thing I want from Tokyo After School Summers is for the protagonist to get some alternate skins for the events and a sumo event featuring a new Behemoth. That would be nice. I like Behemoth's design. He's really nice. And yeah, I would like to see some more variations on the protagonists, but I'm not surprised that they don't get as much attention, just because they're not, like, the other characters are all a lot more eccentric, which I think makes them more appealing to a lot more people. Since the protagonists are a lot, because they're supposed to be, you know, the generic anime protagonist that you can self-insert onto. They're just, even though only one of them is, like, you know, really a typical Bishi body type, like, they're still just not as out there as all the other character designs. And so I feel like that's a big part of why they don't put as much attention into them. But I would like to see more attention put into them, because I do still like their designs. I'll cover the protag skin front, wink wink. You did model one of the protagonists, that's true. And you did a very good job. It looks very nice. Actually, all the models that you've done for Tokyo After School Summoners have been very nice. I don't know how you do it, because I've been trying to learn 3D and I don't get it. My brain don't understand. I try. It don't work. I can't do it. But before I can actually start doing that stream, that series of streams, one thing I need to do is I need to commission a new drawing to use as the thumbnail, because I have an idea of what I want the thumbnail to be. But I need to get a new drawing to go for it. I need to finish setting up the text extractor so that I can copy the Japanese text from the games and translate them, because another part of why I'm going to be playing them is just so that I can practice reading Japanese. Because unfortunately, trying to do that with Final Fantasy X has not been working out, just because anytime I try to click off of the game and click on anything else, Titus moves on his own, which is weird. And I've not been able to find a solution for that, so I've just given up on doing it in Final Fantasy X, so I'm going to do it in the gay gacha games instead. Big bro, I'ma jiggle your belly. Go ahead. Whee! Okay, that's enough jiggle for now. Okay, just kidding, more jiggle. Whee! But yeah, I need to commission a new image to use for the thumbnail, and then I need to get just what I thought I was gonna sneeze, but then I didn't. Okay, I'm okay. I'm good. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I need to get a new image commissioned, and I also need to get that text extractor set up. And then after that, then I will be able to start doing that stream. And it's something that I'm probably gonna have to like spend a little time playing each of the games every day, just so that I can get like the daily rewards. And I don't think I'm gonna stream that. Like I'm not gonna stream it every day. I'm just gonna do the dailies, get them over with, so that I can get the daily stuff, and then like save up everything that I get, and then I'll stream actually using the resources that I get and trying to get characters and stuff, and actually playing like the story missions and stuff like that. Like maybe once a week I'll do a gay gacha hell stream where I go through like the story part of each of the games and also try to get new characters and spend the resources that I gathered on the dailies to try to get my characters beefed up and stuff like that. And then hopefully I'll actually be able to play those games decently. I've never been super good at Hosamo because I don't really understand the mechanics fully. I need to learn that a bit more. I know Onyx keeps telling me I should just make a team of magic users and cheat the system, but I don't know. I would like to actually know what the hell I'm doing. The thumbnail for it is an edit of Junko about to press the button, but it's Baloo about to pull a character. Something along those lines. That is kind of close to what I'm planning on doing. Welcome, Rabiel. How are you doing? Let's see. But yeah, other than that, and starting to get into Hoseki no Kuni, nothing really super exciting has been happening in my life lately. Neither do I just let one of my support characters carry me. That's the other thing that he keeps telling me, is that I should just he's like, just use magic and a support character and you'll be gold. And I'm like, that is true. I still wish I knew how the game worked. I just would like to actually know what I'm doing. I'm still very, very slowly making my way through Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm in the last bit of it, and I'm at the point where if I want to get like the true canon ending, there's like one more thing I need to do before I can unlock that option. And it would technically be easier if I just beat the game and then New Game Plused it and then tried doing that thing, because like doing that thing requires me to be at such a high level that it's super hard to do in one playthrough, and they really recommend that you just beat it and then play it a second time in order to do it. But I'm stubborn and I just want to get it in one playthrough and not have to do it multiple times. So I'm just trying really hard to level up until I'm high enough level to actually do it. And it's really hard because they don't give you a lot of experience in the late game. But I'm still trying, and it's taking me a really long time to get my character leveled up high enough. I'm doing good though. Have you catch with the manga, please? I need to see your reaction. I haven't technically read all of it, but I am familiar with the stuff that happens. I won't say too much because there might be people in the chat who don't want to have anything spoiled. So I won't say too much. But I was very shocked by the things that I have learned about what has happened, and it looks very cool and it looks very up my alley, and I really want to read it because it does seem really awesome. I chose to play SMT5 the hard way by not paying for the Mitama DLC. Me too. I also didn't pay for the Mitama DLC, and it would have been a lot easier if I just went ahead and did that, because I would get a lot more experience points that way, and it would be that I would be able to get through this a lot faster. but I don't like having to. I don't want to buy pay to win DLC. That seems stupid, you know? Even though it is wasting my time level grinding like this. Okie dokie, little bro. Gonna head off for bed. Chat you later. Panda hug. Good night. Good night, big bro. Get some sleep. Make sure to stay rested for work tomorrow. You don't need to be tired at work for my sake. Summer Unbody has carried me since day one. My main setup is protagonist, Behemoth, Tetsuox, and the last two characters kind of vary. I can't remember who exactly I all had on my main team in my playthrough when I played it. I think I tried to have one of each of the like main elements just cuz I don't know, I felt like it was the appropriate way to go about it. But like I said, I was also never super good at the game. I did kind of what everyone kept saying to do, which was just have the support characters carry me the entire time. But like I said, I don't like having to do that. I want to actually know what I'm doing. Live a Hero, I'm not nearly as familiar with. Live a Hero, like the gameplay makes more sense to me. Like it's a lot easier for me to figure out how the battle works, but I didn't play it nearly as much, probably just because it hasn't I don't know, it hadn't been out for very long, and so there weren't nearly as many characters that I was invested in. And I don't know, the story of Tokyo After School Summoners appeals to me more than the story of Live a Hero does. Seems like they're adding new elements. They keep adding new elements, and the elements they keep adding are very obtuse and I don't understand. Like, what is world? How is world an element? What does that mean? What kind of element is world? I don't get it. But okay. If you insist. If you insist that world is an element. But it seems like it's strange. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And then there's Infernal, and it's weird. I didn't try making sense of it. I had like a fire, wood, and a water, and then a light and a dark, I think. No, wait, I did have the protagonist in there. Man, I can't remember who my team was. They have an entire world to see. That fucking Pinocchio movie. I haven't watched it, and I probably never will. I've only seen like the bits and pieces, like the particularly weird moments that people have clipped from it, and I feel like that's probably all I need to see. I feel like I don't need to see any other parts of it. When you wake up in the morning and get hit with the world element, it's pretty effective. Okay, yeah. When you put it that way, it does sound pretty devastating. In that sense, yeah. The world element is pretty powerful, and I'm not strong against it. The world element keeps kicking my ass, and I don't like it. What all elements do they have? I can't remember. I should check the wiki. Actually, I'm sure the wiki probably has some kind of information on like proper strategies for the game. I really need to learn those. Zahawaru though. They added infinity. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? I used to think a lot of the Pokemon elements didn't make any sense, but then Tokyo After School Summoners came along and was like, you think those ones don't make any sense? Just hold on. We got some real dumb shit that we're gonna pull. And I don't know. Still love the franchise though. Come on, Tibble. God damn it. That movie does seem genuinely kind of incomprehensible from what I can tell. And I don't know if the people who made it are familiar with the original Pinocchio story, because they really seem to kind of go off the rails in terms of their interpretation of the Pinocchio story. And the blue-haired girl whose hair moves like she's always underwater. And you know, if it was anime, I wouldn't think it was weird that her hair is blue, but it's not anime, so I do think it's weird that her hair is blue. And then Pinocchio gets shot by a cat. Just straight up fucking blows a hole in him with a shot, with a handgun. It's interesting. Honestly, the Pinocchio's weirdness bad dub gets kind of old quickly. Yeah. It's mostly just boring bad. Yeah, that's why I don't think I'll ever actually try to sit down and watch the whole thing. I figured that there were probably only a few good ones, like a few good bits, and that the rest of the movie was probably just boring trash. I think they legit just spent their entire budget on her hair. I don't know. I mean, her hair certainly moves a lot, but I don't think that means that they put a lot of effort into it. If anything, I have a feeling they probably didn't put very much into it, and that's why it moves the way it does. All fire, water, wind, aether, nether, infernal, world, and variant. I don't think it's wind. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be wood, because it's from the Chinese elements, I think. Like, everyone thought Pinocchio would be the next funny bad movie, but it wasn't. It's just bad. There's a couple meme-worthy lines from Pauly Shore, but honestly, not even that, man. Yeah, that's what I've heard from there's a few YouTubers I follow who have watched the whole movie, and that's basically what all of them have said. They've said, like, okay, there's a few funny moments, but you've already seen them on Twitter, so, like, don't watch the fucking movie. Just don't fucking watch the movie. Valiant can be an element. Yeah, like, how is that an element? How is world an element? That's what I'm unsure on. I mean, I just I just always assumed that green was supposed to be wood and not wind. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's wood. Or grass if you play Pokemon. They call it grass in Pokemon, which doesn't sound nearly as cool. But whatever. So what's the difference between Infernal and Nether? That's another good question. The elements in Hosamo do not make any sense. The CG in that is still better than the Chip and Dale movie. I feel like the Chip and Dale movie looks ugly, but I feel like it's ugly because of stylistic choices, not so much because of the actual quality. Like, I wish that they had actually animated the supposedly 2D characters in 2D. Because, like, they didn't do a very good job of making it look convincingly like 2D. Like, it's still very clearly just 3D animation. And then they put Ugly Sonic in the movie. Why did they do that? Why are we trying to bring back Ugly Sonic and make him likable? The whole reason why they took him out of the movie, out of the actual Sonic movie, is because he's not likable. He's ugly. It's in his name. We didn't need to bring him back. I don't like him. He scares me. We should have let him stay dead. Green is wood. This is the kanji they use for the green element in Hosamo Live a Hero, which is moku. Yeah. That means wood. Understandable. Have a nice day. Royalty is probably the difference between evil and Disney evil. That makes sense. What's the kanji for wind? Is there technically a kanji for wind? I'll have to look into that. I'm gonna hang around on Discord. Have a good night. Have a good night, Anthony. Speaking of wood, I've noticed Big Bro's model has, well, if you stare directly at it like that. But yeah, kind of. I think this is technically the first time I've streamed, with this much of my model, being visible. Isn't it? Yeah, Kaze. I know Kaze is. Yeah, Kaze is the word for wind, and I'm assuming that is the kanji for it that Misharu just put in. It is Kaze. Yeah. Kaze is apparently also the way that you say the Japanese word for a cold, as in like to be sick, like the disease a cold, but they spell it different. If I remember correctly, it has the kanji for wind in it, but it also has another kanji in it, but it's still just pronounced Kaze. I still want to commission a piece of kissing Big Bro. Aww. If you do, make sure to let me know. Make sure to use my fan art tags on Twitter so that I can see it. Because I would like to see that very much. Big Bro, pick me up so I can smooch. Okay. I will do that. Uh-huh. And yes, to catch a cold is kaze ga hiku. I really need to study Japanese more. I know that like the big thing standing in my way is that I'm just super nervous about actually trying to like hold a conversation, because everyone I know who's like really good at Japanese keeps saying like, oh well, the thing you need to do is actually use the language. You need to actually like talk with people. Like if you don't talk with people, you don't like, your brain doesn't treat the words as necessary and it doesn't like retain them, and like you need to actually make your brain recognize that this is a language that you need to use, and that will make your brain remember the information properly and make the pathways stronger and make it so that you can recall the information more easily. And I'm like, okay, cool. I understand that technically. I understand that from I understand that that is the truth. I am still extremely nervous about trying to talk to anyone because I know that I'm just I know that I'm just inconveniencing people by trying to talk to them and not being able to actually use the words to say the things that I want to say and all of that stuff. So I wish I wasn't so anxious about it, because it's really standing in the way of me actually learning the language. But it's something that I struggle with a lot, and I really want to learn the language, and I have a lot of friends in Japan who I always end up caving and just using DeepL to translate to make sure that we can keep talking, because I want to keep talking with them, but I know that I'm not learning anything that way. And so like when if we end up hanging out in real life, like if I go visit them, I won't be able to talk to them, and I hate it. By the way, Big Bro, do you have a Discord? I do not have a Discord, but I'm going to be making a Discord, because I'm going to hopefully be collaborating with some people in the future, which is going to require me to have Discord so that we can talk with each other on each other's streams. So I will be making a Discord, but I do not currently have a Discord. But I will have a Discord. And I don't know how public I'm gonna make it. I'm not sure. I might keep it private and only give it to some people, or I might make it public. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out yet. So I don't know. Also, I gotta pop off for like 20-25 minutes. That's cool. Not sure how much longer I'm gonna be going. I didn't really prepare anything to talk about, and I don't really know what all to talk about. But if I am still going by the time you get back, then welcome back. I'll be back probably. Okay, cool. Let's see. What should I? Hi. Julio? Is it pronounced Julio? I'm assuming it's pronounced Julio. Welcome, Julio. Gotta say, I understand the struggle of actually having to speak in a different language. Yeah. I will say you are it's not so much just the speaking, it's like even just like via text conversation. Like I know you've told me before that you're anxious about speaking English, like actually speaking it, but you still communicate in English a lot via um like text, like chatting and stuff like that. Um which that in and of itself is doing the same thing. That's still helping you like reinforce English vocabulary and English grammar and stuff. So that's still you're still much more ahead in English than I am in Japanese. Like in Japanese, it takes me so long to figure out how to like write a sentence, and by the time I finish writing it, I just I'm so frustrated and tired. But like that's the thing that I need to force myself to do more often, because that's what that's what it requires. That's what I have to do. And I have to force myself to do it. But it's just such a struggle. And I feel so stupid when when it takes me so long to figure anything out. Like I hate not knowing how to say the thoughts that are in my head. I hate not knowing how to word things. It's really, really frustrating. But it's something that I need to learn to force myself through. Otherwise, I'm never going to make any progress. Is the volume and everything okay, by the way? I didn't ask that in the beginning. I figured by now that if it was bad that people would have said something. But I don't know. The meters appear to be good on my end. Yes, but the J is silent. Do you mean, because I've, is it like Julio? Or Julio? Or is it Julio? I assumed that it's not Julio, because that sounds wrong. I assumed that it was like Julio. It's hard, the language barrier is strong. It is. It's very difficult. I wish that I could just like accept that like there is going to be a period of time where when I try to speak Japanese, I'm going to sound like a toddler. But it's just so frustrating because like I have thoughts in my head and I want to be able to convey them, and I'm like, I can't. So, and I spend so much time trying to figure out how to say them, and I feel like I don't learn anything from it. But gotta force myself through it, I suppose. Otherwise, I'll never learn the language, and I'm tired of not knowing. I'm tired of not knowing the language because it's something I've wanted to know for a long time, and it's something I've technically tried studying for a long time, but I've never been. The first one you said. So Julio? Was that it? Okay. I'm gonna assume that's it unless you say otherwise. Curse the folks that built the Tower of Babel and split the human language. Yeah, those guys are assholes. Yeah, I really need to just try talking in Japanese more, but it's intimidating. But I'll figure it out and try to force myself to not rely on translators as much. I still to this day sometimes use stuff to translate because my brain goo. Yes, okay. So Ulio. Ulio. Okay. I will remember that for the future. Welcome, Ulio. Pretty sure you're new here because I don't recognize you. You speak Japanese? That's amazing. I don't speak Japanese. I want to speak Japanese, but my knowledge of Japanese is very limited. Nihongo wakarimasen. But I wish that wasn't the case. I feel like I ran out of things to talk about. You just need a patient and understanding tutor that leads you into the language slowly, you know, like a fatherly school teacher. Yeah. Don't we all? That would be the ideal. That really would be. Too bad those are hard to come by. I do like I said, I do have friends in Japan who are Japanese and who speak Japanese. I always end up relying on translators too much just because I want to just like get the thoughts out of my head as quick as possible and explain things to them as quick as possible. And that's not what I'm supposed to do, because that isn't learning. I'm not learning anything that way. It's not helping me at all, so you'll need to restrain the horny thoughts, though. That's why I strive to be the fatherly type to others. That is useful. That is useful knowledge to have. Have you seen the comic series Monster Smash? I haven't. What's that about? I hope they get that season 2 out. I need to see Tone real bad. Season 2 of Dorohedoro? I'm assuming they'll do a second season, because it seems like it was really popular when it was on. Yes, I'm new. Well then, welcome, Ulio. I hope that you stick around and have lots of fun. But yes, they should do a second season of Dorohedoro. And I need to actually watch Dorohedoro and read the manga. I'm so behind in so many things. There's so many cool things that I haven't even started to experience. I wonder if once they do more of the manga of Hoseki no Kuni, they'll end up doing more of the anime as well. Or if they'll just end up leaving the anime where it is. I feel like given how off the rails the manga has gone. People who are only familiar with the anime would consider a continuation of it to be kind of a tone whiplash. Pretty sure Doro was what made me simp for demons. I mean, demons have always been sexy. Let's be real here. I couldn't wait for the second season and I went straight for the manga. Yeah. I feel like that's what I'm probably going to end up doing once I finish watching what exists of the Hoseki no Kuni anime and the Dorohedoro anime. I'll probably end up just going to the manga and reading those. Because I like the art in the manga for those two series a lot. Anyway, I like how rough they are. It's interesting because it's interesting how like both of the series that are based on that ended up getting turned into CG anime. Like the mangas have like really rough art that isn't nearly as clean looking as the CG artwork in the anime. So I find it interesting that seems to be the trend. And also Beastars, but I feel like Beastars lost way more in its anime adaptation than the other ones did. I'm curious, have you been to see Arashi, Cute Ninja Monkey VTuber's streams, like his playthrough of Undertale or his music stream? I haven't, but I am following him because he is very adorable. He's so cute, and I want to give him a smooch and a hug because he's really precious. I love him. He's so adorable. But I haven't watched many of his streams. I've only I've skimmed through them to like listen to his voice a little bit because he's cute, but that's about it. So Monster Smash is a gay choose your own adventure created by the artist Blazing Cheeks. Without spoilers, is monsters trying to escape a facility and survive a being who could be considered gods. I am familiar with the artist Blazing Cheeks, but I have not actually read Monster Smash. I'll have to look into that. But now I'm kind of curious how I didn't know about Monster Smash, considering I do know who Blazing Cheeks is. I mean, the body horror in the Hoseki no Kuni manga kind of translates well to the anime, which is appreciated. I can see it working. I think it would be interesting. But I also feel like there are some people who, if they're not familiar with like what's happened in the manga so far, they would see like the body horror elements that end up coming in and be like, this isn't the beautiful gem story I was watching. So Monster Smash, not a very distinct name. I can see that being hard to Google. But if you include the name of the artist, it should make it easier to bring up. Stretch. Had to give my body a stretch for a second. But no, I'm not familiar with Monster Smash. I should look into that. I like Blazing Cheeks' work. So I have a feeling I'll probably like it if I actually look into it. Monster Smash walked so Dustarth could run. I'm not familiar with that one either. What's that? I mean, in the manga, there's also a transition between the cutesy to the horror. Yeah, I know it's not like a sudden smash from one to the other. I don't know. I just feel like because the anime has existed in the state that it has for as long as it has, that once, like, if the anime comes back for a second season and all of a sudden stuff is a lot darker than it was when the first season was out and that's all that people knew about it for multiple years, then some people are going to be like, why did it suddenly change so much? His current Choose Your Own Adventure is it's almost done. Oh. Isn't Blazing Cheeks the creator of Strange Flesh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm familiar with Strange Flesh. I haven't played it, but I remember seeing a lot of like GIFs and stuff of it. Maybe if I ever end up finding out where to stream adult-only games, I'll stream Strange Flesh. That would be fun. I really would like to be able to stream adult-only games, but I don't know what website would be a good one for that. I see Dust Acres content so much on my timeline, and yet I know more about Dream SMP lore than it, sadly. The music in Strange. I'm not familiar with any of the music in Strange Flesh. I only saw like GIFs and stuff of like the sprite animations. And they were really nice. I'm also curious about Bastard Bonds. I think that one... I probably wouldn't stream that one on YouTube either, even though I don't think there's any porn in it, but there is naked people in it. So I have a feeling that would probably get me in trouble. So that is also something that I would probably have to stream on an adult-only platform. Bigger Brokage was featured in Dust, along with a bunch of other people. I don't know who Bigger Brokage is. The bartender of Strange Flesh. I love his design. He's nice. All of the designs I've seen for it are nice. What's Bigger Broke? I'm gonna check that out real quick, figure out what that is. Okay, well, Google didn't help with that. Uh, let's see. Oh, Big Bro Kage. I see. I see. I did not catch that that was supposed to be a portmanteau. Now I understand. I was very confused. I was like, who's Bigger Bro Cage? But now that I know that it's Bro Kage, it makes more sense. I call him Bro Kage, kind of like Hokage. Lol. I like that. That's nice. Yawn. I'm so sleepy. I did not get as much sleep before this as I should have. But I'll be fine. I think. Yeah, I'll be fine. I hope Kage is resting well. If only adult games had safe for work modes to stream on most platforms. Yeah, but I feel like that would kind of defeat the purpose of why we want to play them. I just need to find a place where I can stream those kind of games. I know that there are websites. I need to figure out which one I feel the most comfortable doing it on. I mean, you sure are looking fine. Aww. Thank you. It makes me happy when people think I'm cute. That panda needs to sleep. He does. I think we all do. It's bad not to get sleep. Did Picarto allow gaming? I'm pretty sure Picarto does allow gaming. Still kind of anxious about doing it on Picarto, though. I really need to look through the terms of service for a lot of those websites to figure out exactly what kind of things they allow and what kind of things they don't. Because some of the adult-only games I would like to play are Japanese in origin, and I feel like they might push some boundaries that certain websites would not be okay with. So really need to be very familiar with what the terms of service are for whatever website that I might play them on, so that I don't end up getting banned. You're very, very, very cute. I just want to jiggle you like a milkshake. Aww. That makes me happy. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm running out of steam. I guess I have been streaming for about an hour and a half. So I guess I shouldn't be too disappointed in myself. We talked for a bit. I just noticed that there was music in the background. It's been playing the whole time, dude. But, has Big Bro ever played Lustful Desires? I have not. What's that? Let me look that up. Ooh. I do like these character designs that I'm seeing. I do like these character designs a lot. And it's a turn-based RPG, you say? I'll have to look into that. Is that the fabled milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard? I think I'm pretty good at that at this point. I think that there seem to be a lot of boys that like me. Before we go, I could drop the link for Monster Smash in Dark Acres if that's okay. I don't know if YouTube will let you put the links. I know who they're by, so I can find them now that I know the names of them. But I will look into them. I think the artist who did a lot of characters in that is from a country I'm from, you know, hell. I'm sorry, dude. Tavern of Spear is also another NSFW game you should check out. I'll look into that one too. But I'm gonna head out. A little sleepy. I didn't get as much sleep as I should have got before I streamed. But I did still stream, and I streamed for a pretty decent chunk of time, so I don't think I can be too mad at myself. And I'm glad that you guys joined me, and I would like to do more streams like this in the future, so I hope that that's something people will enjoy. But next week, I'm probably going to do more Final Fantasy X and more Kanji Combat. And in Kanji Combat, we'll actually be able to make some progress next time because I already did a whole bunch of off-screen grinding. So I got all the equipment that I need so that my characters can, you know, survive and stop dying all the time. They actually have decent stats now, so they'll live. So that's cool. So we no longer have to worry about that. Buenas noches. Bye everybody. Thank you all for coming. I hope to see you all next time. Everyone, hug, hug, hug. Smooch, smooch. Everyone. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep. I might take a nap. That might be. I might do that. That might be it. That's probably what I'll do. But I will see you all later. Bye bye.